Hello and welcome to another episode of Christmas Cards. Today I will be opening a pack of Dark Neostorm. So let's get started. First we have Pegasus Wing. If you have a Union monster in your GY, target any number of Valkyrie monsters you control. Those monsters can attack directly this turn, but if they do so using this effect, the battle damage inflicted to your opponent is halved. I'm not getting any Valkyrie monsters. Next we have Puzzlomino, the Drop-It Deleter. He has a Link 2 monsters with different levels. If a monster is special summoned face up to his own, this card points to while you control this monster. You can declare a level from 1 to 8. That monster becomes that level until the end of this turn. You can target 2 monsters with the same level, 1 from each field, destroy them. You can only use each effect of Puzzlomino, the Drop-It Deleter, once per turn. I might add him with his fucking Tetris Scepter. Next we have Magical Musket Crooked Crown. It says, you can only control 1 Magical Musket Crooked Crown. During the main phase, you can special summon 1 Magical Musket monster from your hand, and if you do, if your opponent's main monster zone in that monster's current column is unused, yeah, we're using columns, that zone cannot be used until the end of this turn. Even if this card leaves the field, you can only use this effect of Magical Musket Crooked Crown once per turn. Card we can't use. Okay, here's a trap card. Chain Hole. When your opponent activates a monster effect in response to a card or effect activation, negate that opponent's effect, then your opponent can banish 1 card from their hand or deck with the same original name as that negated card. If they do not, you can banish 1 random card from their hand. Okay, that seems pretty good. Next we have the Synchro monster, Muddy Muddragon. It's a generic Synchro. It says this monster cannot be used as this card can be used as a substitute for any one fusion material whose name is specifically listed on the fusion monster card, but the other fusion materials must be correct. During your main phase, if you control this Synchro summoned card, you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control it as fusion material, including this card. You can only use this effect of Muddy Muddragon once per turn. Next we have the trap card, Snowman Effect. Target 1 face-up monster you control. It gains attack equal to the combined original attack of the other monsters you control until the end of this turn. It cannot attack directly during the turn you activate this card. You can only activate 1 Snowman Effect per turn. See the disguise for Snowman Eater in there. Ooh, next we have Dino Wrestler Terra Parcorio. Takes 2 Dino Wrestler monsters. If you activate World Dino Wrestler, you can target 1 Dino Wrestler in your GY, add it to your hand. If this card is sent to the GY as link material, you can target 1 Dino Wrestler monster in your GY. Special summon it in defense position, but negate its effects. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of its turn, except Dino Wrestler monsters. You can only use each effect of Dino Wrestler Terra Parcorio once per turn. Next we have Valkyrie Chariot. Silver Chariot! Once per turn, you can either target 1 Fury monster you control, equip this card to that target, or unequip this card and special summon it. If the equipped monster will be destroyed by battle or card effect, destroy this card instead. When the equipped monster declares an attack, you can have a Kane 500 attack. Next we have Super Quantal Union Magniformation. Your opponent cannot target Super Quant cards on the field with card effects during your main phase 1. You can target 1 Super Quantic Seas monster you control. Attach 1 other face-up monster you control to it as material. You can only use this effect of Super Quantal Union Magniformation once per turn. And we're back to Pegasus Wing. Out of these cards, I think the best one for me to add would be probably going to get tuner monsters, so I'm going to add Muddy Muddragon. And with that, I will end it for today. Goodbye. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Christmas Cards. Today we are opening another pack of Soul Fusion. Let's see if we can get more good cards we can use. Okay, first we have Salamangreat Jack Jaguar. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. If you control a Salamangreat Link monster while this card is in your GY, you can target one Salamangreat monster in your GY, except Salamangreat Jack Jaguar. Shuffle that target into the deck, and if you do, special summon this card to your zone that your Salamangreat Link monster points to. You can only use this effect of Salamangreat Jack Jaguar per turn. I don't think I'll be adding that. Next we have Bear Blocker. During your opponent's turn, set cards in your spell trap zones cannot be destroyed by card effects. If a set cards in your spell trap zone is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, this card gains 800 attack until the end of this turn. Maybe. It isn't dark. Let's look at that cute little demon thing. And we have another copy of Dino Wrestler King T-Rexel. I will not be adding it. I will not be going over it a second time. Next we have Invincibility Barrier. Once per turn, you can banish one face-up Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, Pendulum, or Link monster you control. This turn, the effects of monsters with the same card type as that banished monster are negated. Maybe. Next we have the magic card, Herald of the Abyss. Super rare, and pay 1500 life points, declare one monster type and one attribute. Your opponent must send one face-up monster with declare type and attribute from their field to the GY, if possible. For the rest of this turn, your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters with that set monster's name. You can only activate one Herald of the Abyss per turn. That is a maybe, because it is monster removal and effectification. Next we have Gravekeeper's Headsman. Not a dark monster this time. If this card is summoned, you can target one level 4 Gravekeeper's monster in your GY, special summon it in attack position or face down defense position. You can only use this effect of Gravekeeper's Headsman once per turn. This effect is unaffected by Necro Valley. I'd be shocked if it was. Next we have Incantation Pensaplume. You can reveal one Ritual monster in your hand, special summon both this card from your hand and one Incantation monster from your deck, except Incantation Pensaplume. If this card is special summoned from the deck, you can target one Ritual monster in your GY, add it to your hand. You can only use one Incantation Pensaplume effect per turn and only once that turn. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. Not using that since I'm not using a Ritual deck. We have another Crusadia Spatha. Not going over that again. And we have another Diplexer Chimera. Not going over that again. And we're back to Jack Jaguar. Out of these, I think I will be going with... And this time I'm going with... I will add... Yeah, I need more spells. I'll add Herald of the Abyss, because it is good monster removal. And with that, I will end it for today. I will see you next time. Goodbye. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Christmas Cards. Today we are opening Savage Strike. This should be interesting, so let's get started. good tuner monster. Okay, first we have Time Thief Beazle Ship. Quick effect, you contribute this card, then target one Time Thief Xyz monster you control. Attach one card from your opponent's GY to that monster as material. If this card is in the GY, you can detach one material from a Xyz monster you control. Special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect of Time Thief Beazle Ship once per turn. Next we have Orchestrated Release. Tribute 2 machine monsters that target one monster in your GY. Special summon. If your opponent controls a Link monster, you can target 2 monsters instead. You can only activate one Orchestrated Release per turn. Next we have Time Thief Flyback. Target one Time Thief Xyz monster you control. Attach one Time Thief card from your hand or deck to it as material. You can banish this card from your GY, then target one Time Thief Xyz monster you control. Attach one card from your opponent's GY to it as material. You can only use one Time Thief Flyback effect per turn, and only once that turn. Next we have Unisong Tuning. Target one tuner in either GY and one face-up monster on the field. Banish that tuner in the GY. Then, until the end of this turn, the level of the targeted monster on the field becomes the level of the banished tuner. Also, it is treated as a tuner. You can only activate one Unisong Tuning per turn. Ooh, that's a nice one. Probably worth some money. Sky Striker Ace Kaina is a Link 1 Sky Striker monster that takes one non-Earth Sky Striker Ace monster as material. If this card is special summoned, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It cannot attack until the end of your opponent's turn. Each time you activate a Sky Striker spell card or its effect, gain 100 life points immediately after the card or effect resolves. You can only special summon one Kaina per turn. Next we have Salamangreat Violet Chimera, who I probably can't use because it takes one Salamangreat monster and one Link monster to fusion summon. If this card is fusion summoned, you can make this card gain attack equal to half the combined original attack of the materials used to summon it, until the end of its turn. Once per battle during damage calculation, if this monster battles a monster whose current attack is different from its original attack, quick effect, you can double this card's attack during damage calculation. Only. If this card that was fusion summoned using Salamangreat Violet Chimera as material battles a monster, that monster's attack becomes 0 during damage calculation. Probably not using that. Next we have Time Thief Hack. During the turn that they are special summoned, Xyz monster you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target them with card effects. You can target one face-up Xyz monster you control. It gains 300 attack for each material currently attached to it until the end of this turn. And if it does, and also has a material that is owned by your opponent, it can attack directly this turn, even if this card leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Time Thief Hack once per turn. Next we have Shiranui Style Success. Special summon one zombie monster from your hand, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can banish this card from your GY, then target one zombie monster you control. That zombie monster is unaffected by card effects this turn, except its own. You can only use one Shiranui Style Success effect per turn, and only once that turn. Next we have Squirt Squid. That looks really funny. Oh, and there's bright white on the card art. Once per turn, when this card is targeted for an attack by an opponent's monster, you can move this card you control to another of your main monster zones. Then special summon one Squid Ink token. Aqua, Water, level 2, attack, defense 0. This token's attack becomes that opponent's monster's attack. While this card is in your leftmost or rightmost main monster zone, your opponent's monsters with attack less than or equal to this card's defense cannot target it for attacks. And we're back to Beazle Ship. Out of these, I think the only one I can actually use, hilariously enough, is Squirt Squid! A really funny card with a with quite a silly effect, and I think I will enjoy using that. Squirt Squid! And with that, I shall end it here. I will see you next time. Goodbye. Hello, and welcome to another weekend special episode of Christmas Cards. Just like last weekend, I'll be opening 3 packs at once to pretty much fill up the quota for the weekend. Today, or this weekend, we are opening Soul Fusion, Savage Strike, and Dark Neostorm. This time, instead of choosing cards one at a time, we shall wait until we have opened all 3 packs before choosing a card from each, just to make sure I'm making the best decision. And we'll be starting with Soul Fusion. Let's get started. Okay, first we have World Legacy Wonder Wand. This normal summoned or set card cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster special summoned from the extra deck. You can only use each of the following effects of World Legacy World Wand once per turn. If this card is sent to the GUI, you can special summon one World Legacy monster from your hand. If this, you can banish this card from your GUI, then target one of your banished Orcust monsters. Special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except dark monsters. Next, we have Incantation Bookstone. It says you can reveal one ritual spell in your hand. Special summon both this card from your hand and one incantation monster from your deck, except Incantation Bookstone. If this card is special summoned from the deck, you can target one ritual spell in your GUI and add it to your hand. You can only use one Incantation Bookstone effect per turn, and only once in a turn. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. Next we have a Pendulum monster. Edge Imp Cotton Eater. And its Pendulum effect is all fusion monsters you control gain 300 attack. Once per turn, if a Frightfur fusion monster is fusion summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you can draw 1 card. And its monster effect is, if this card is special summoned, you can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each Frightfur monster in your GUI. You can only use this effect of Edge Imp Cotton Eater once per turn. Next we have, ooh, that's a really good one. Danger Mothman. Not enough people give love to the Mothman. You can reveal this card in your hand. Then your opponent randomly chooses 1 card from your hand, or your entire hand. Then you discard the chosen card. Then if the discarded card is not Danger Mothman, special summon 1 Danger Mothman from your hand. And if you do, draw 1 card. If this card is discarded, you can have both players draw 1 card. Then both players discard 1 card. You can only use this effect. You can use this effect of Danger Mothman once per turn. So if your opponent calls it wrong, you special summon this card, draw a card. If they call it right, then it's a Dark World Dealings. Okay. Next we have a card that took forever to be imported into the TCG. Frightfur Patchwork. Add 1 Enchant monster and 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand. You can only activate 1 Frightfur Patchwork per turn. Ooh, we have another Crusadia Spatha. Ooh, another Dino Wrestler Capoeiraptor. I might add it. Next we have Will of the Salamangreat. During your main phase, you can special summon 1 Salamangreat monster from your hand or GUI. Set this face-up card from the field of GUI, then target 1 Salamangreat Link monster you control that was Link summoned, using a monster with the same name as material. Special summon Salamangreat monsters from your hand and or GUI in defense position up to the number of that monster's Link rating. You can only use 1 Will of the Salamangreat effect per turn and only once that turn. Next we have another Galaxy Cleric. And back to World Legacy Wonder Wand. I have a strong feeling I know what I'm going to be choosing for this pack, but let's save it when we finish the others. Next we opening Savage Strike. First we have Shiranui Style Solemnity. Shiranui Style Solemnity. This card's name becomes Shiranui Style Synthesis, found in the Spell and Trap Zone. Once per turn, you could activate one of these effects. Banish one zombie monster from your GY. The normal and special summons of your zombie monsters cannot be negated for the rest of this turn. Or, target one zombie monster you control, banish it, then you can send one zombie monster with 0 defense from your deck to the GY. I'm not using zombies, though I would like to be. Next we have Child's Play. Each time your opponent summons a monster, gain 300 life points. Your opponent cannot be your monsters cannot be destroyed by battle while you have 10,000 or more life points. Okay. Next we have Catch Eve L2. Cute cat girl. If this card is in your hand, you target one level 3 or higher monster you control. Reduce its level by exactly 2. If you do, special summon this card. You can only use this effect of Catch Eve L2 once per turn. Next we have Legendary Secret of the Six Samurai. It's a shame I'm not running any Six Samurai monsters. When you normal or special summon a secret Six Samurai monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect of Legendary Secret of the Six Samurai once per turn. Once per turn, you can banish one level 4 or lower Six Samurai monster from your GY. Until the end of this turn, this card's attribute, level, and attack defense become the same as that banishment. I'm not using that. Next we have, Shiranui Spectral Sword Shade. Looks decent. And it's a tuner. Okay, you contribute this card, then target 2 of your banished zombie monsters, except Shiranui Spectral Sword Shade, including a Shiranui monster. Special summon them in defense position, but negate their effects. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except zombie monsters. You can only use this effect, Shiranui Spectral Sword Shade, once per turn. I don't have to use this effect, I can just use it as a tuner monster. Ooh, another tuner. Next we have Rocket Synchron. When this card is normal summon, you can target one level 5 or higher Dark Dragon monster in your GY, special summon it in defense position. Negate its effects, destroy it during the end phase. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of his turn, except dark monsters. Well, that's no big deal, because I can just use him as a tuner anyway. And he's a dark monster. So I can banish it from my graveyard to special summon Thunder Dragon Duo. Next we have, that's a funny one. Super Armored Robot Armed Black Iron Sea. If you have 3 insect monsters with the same name in your GY, you can target any number of them and special summon this card from your hand, then equip them to this card. You can send one monster equipped to this card by this card's effective GY. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls with attack greater than or equal to the attack of the monster sent to the GY. You'll use each effect of Super Armored Robot Armed Black Iron Sea once per turn. This is meant to go in that insect ballpark deck. Next we have Time Thief Hack. During the turn that they are special summoned, it exceeds monster... Oh wait, I already got this the other day, I don't need to read that again. Next we have Shiranui Style Success. I don't remember if I already pulled this, but special summon one zombie monster from your hand, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can banish this card from your GY to target one zombie monster you control. That zombie monster is not affected by card effects this turn except its own. You can only use one Shiranui Style Success effect per turn and only once that turn. And we're back to Solemnity. I think I know what I'm going to choose this time. But let's put that down and wait until the end. Let's open Dark Neostorm now. Okay. First we have Packet Swap. witch girl on the cover. Target one face-up non-link monster you control and one link monster your opponent controls. Switch control of those monsters. You can only activate one packet swap per turn. I don't know if my opponent is going to be using link monsters, so I cannot use that. Next we have Neo Flame Veil Lady. Quick effect, you can send one fire monster from your hand to the GY. Then target one card in your opponent's GY, banish that card. If a card is banished from your opponent's GY while you control this monster, except during the damage step, you can send one fire monster with 200 or less defense from your deck to the GY, except Neo Flame Veil Lady. You can only use each effect of Neo Flame Veil Lady once per turn. Is she naked? Tell me, is she naked? Next we have Saryuja's Shackles. Target one link monster your opponent controls or is in their GY. Draw cards equal to its link rating, then if you have 2 or more cards in your hand, place 2 cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order. You can only activate one Saryuja's Shackles per turn. Once again, I don't know if link monsters will be in use. Next we have Salamangreat Fennec. If a Cybers monsters you control a special summon from the extra deck is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card from the GY, if it was there when the monster is destroyed, or hand, even if not, but banish it when it leaves the field. If this card is sent to the GY as material for a link summon of a Link 2 or higher Cybers Link monster, you can add one Salamangreat normal spell from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Salamangreat Fennec once per turn. Next we have, the fusion monster, Destiny Hero Dominance. It takes 3 Destiny Hero monsters. During your main phase, you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck or your opponent's deck, then place them on the top of the deck in any order. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you control one card. If this fusion summon card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target 3 level 9 or lower Destiny Hero monsters with different names in your GY. Special summon. You can only use each effect of Destiny Hero Dominance once per turn. I will not be having any Destiny Hero monsters, so I cannot use this. Next we have Danger, Feats of Strength. It's an equip spell. Equip only to a danger monster, that means I won't be using it. It gains 800 attack and defense. It cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Next we have, an Xyz monster, Cybers Reminder. Takes 2 level 3 monsters, so it is generic, or at least summon-wise. You can detach one material from this card, then target one silent spell or trap in your GY, add it to your hand. If this Xyz summon card is destroyed by battle, or is destroyed by an opponent's card effect while in its owner's monster zone, you can special summon 2 level 4 Cybers monsters with different names from your deck, with their effects indicated. You can only use each effect of Cybers Reminder once per turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate either of this card's effects, except Cybers monsters. I can't use the effect, but I can summon him. Next we have Dino Wrestler Chimera T-Rexel. I actually can fusion summon him since Muddy Mudragon is a fusion substitute monster, and I do own a Dino Wrestler monster, so if I secret summon the Muddy Mudragon and summon my Cathaway Raptor, I can fusion summon Dino Wrestler Chimera T-Rexel. If this card battles, your opponent cannot activate spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. Your opponent's monsters cannot target monsters for attacks except this one. If this card destroys a monster by battle, it gains 500 attack. If this card is destroyed by a card effect, destroy all your opponent's attack position monsters. Very likely to add it. Super Quantal Alpha Cell Appeal. If a Super Quant monster you control is destroyed by battle, special summon one Super Quantal Mech Beast Xyz monster from your extra deck. This card is definitely not being added. Then you can Then you can special summon one Super Quantum monster from your hand, deck, or GY that is specifically listed on that exceeds monster in its text but negate its effects. You can only activate one Super Quantum outfit call up heal per turn. And we're back to Packet Swap. Okay, going through these. I think I can decide. From the first pack, I shall be adding... I'm very tempted to add Danger Mothman just because he's such a good generic card. But instead, I'm going to be adding Dino Wrestler, Kapoe Raptor, so I can actually use his effect properly to special summon another one during the duel if need be. So now I have 2 copies, so if I have one out in the field and I satisfy the conditions, I can use this effect to special summon another. So that's it for Soul Fusion. And for Savage Strike, I shall be adding... From Savage Strike, I shall be adding...
Man, what the hell is this? All this stuff will be falling.
I shall be adding Rocket Synchron. And from Dark Neostorm, I will be adding Dino Wrestler Chimera T-Rexel. And with that, I shall end it for the weekend, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye. Actually, slight correction, I am not adding Dino Wrestler Chimera T-Rexel for a Dark Neostorm because I just reread Muddy Mud Dragon, and it can only be used as a fusion substitute monster for a monster whose name is specifically listed on the fusion monster, so it doesn't count because Chimera T-Rexel doesn't specifically list any specific Link monster. It just says one Dino Wrestler Link monster and one Dino Wrestler monster, so I cannot summon it using Muddy Mud Dragon. So instead, I will have to add Cyber's Reminder for my Dark Neostorm as my Dark Neostorm card instead. So yeah, just one small minor correction. So, with that, I'll see you next time. Hello and welcome to another episode of Christmas Cards. And today we will be opening our last pack of Savage Strike. So, let's get into it. Let's hope we can pull something good and not make a mistake like we did yesterday. Or the day before, rather. Okay, starting off we have a repeat. Another orchestrated release. Not going over that one. Ooh! Time Thief Redoer! Good generic rank 4. Okay, once per turn. During the standby phase, you can attach the top card of your opponent's deck to this card as material. Quick effect, you can detach up to 3 types of materials from this card, then apply the following effects depending on what was detached. A monster, banish this card until the end phase. A spell, draw 1 card. A trap, place 1 face-up card your opponent controls on the top of the deck. You can only use this effect of Time Thief Redoer once per turn. Very likely that I might add that. That's a cool card. Next we have Shiranui Sword Saga. It's a level 5 synchro. It's generic. It says you can only special summon Shiranui Sword Saga once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can target 1 monster on the field, change its battle position. If this card is banished, you can special summon 1 Shiranui token. You can only use this effect of Shiranui Sword Saga once per turn. Ooh, okay. That's actually pretty good. 2 perfectly generic extra deck cards I could add. Next we have Neos Fusion. Special summon 1 fusion monster for your extra deck that lists exactly two monsters as material, including Elemental Hero Neos, by setting those monsters from your hand, deck, or field, ignoring its summoning conditions. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters, and then, if a fusion monster you control that lists Elemental Hero Neos as material will be destroyed by battle card effect or shuffled into the extra deck by its own effect, you can banish this card from your GY instead. It's too bad I'm probably not going to be able to use it. Next we have the Apple of Enlightenment. It's a trap card that says, target cards in your opponent's GY up to the number of Valkyrie card monsters you control. Banish them. If this set card is in its owner's control has left the field because of an opponent's card effect and is now in the GY, or it's banished, you can draw cards equal to the number of Valkyrie monsters you control +1. I'm not going to have Valkyrie monsters, so that's worthless to me. Next we have Shiranui Squire Saga, another Synchro monster. You can only special summon Shiranui Squire Saga once per turn. Once per turn, you can banish one face-up monster you control or in your GY, then apply these effects in sequence depending on what the monster was before it was banished. If it was any of these. Okay, if it was a zombie, you could have all monsters you control deep your attack. If it was fire, you could destroy one spell or trap on the field. If it was a synchro, you could destroy one monster on the field. Another very likely candidate. Next we have Salamangreat Wolvie. A monster that was leak summoned using this card as material cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect for the rest of that turn. You can only use one of the following effects of Salamangreat Wolvie per turn, and only once that turn. If this card is special summoned from the GY, you can target one fire monster in your GY, add it to your hand. If this card is added from your GY to your hand by an effect, you can reveal this card, then target one fire monster in your GY, add it to your hand. I think I already have enough level 4 beaters. Next we have Psychic Tracker. If you control a level 3 monster other than Psychic Tracker, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. You can special summon Psychic Tracker once per turn this way. A Synchro monster that uses this card as material gains 600 attack. I don't think I'll be adding that. And next we have another Super Armored Robot Black Iron Sea. Not going over that again. And back to Orchestrated Release. Okay, out of all of these, I think my favorite is Time Thief Redoer. So that is what we're going to be adding. Because Time Thief Redoer is frickin' awesome. And with that, I shall end it here for today. I will see you next time. Goodbye.